All right. Welcome, welcome. It is time for another edition of the Black Belt Newscast. I'm Cindy, publisher.
I'm Todd, reporter.
And I am coming to you guys from the office, our headquarters here
I
in
know. I wish
Selma.
I was with you. I'm at the house, not too far from you.
Yeah, but you're sick, so I don't want it.
Again, damn, go.
All right, guys. So we are coming to you guys with all these stories. And I always like to say that if you have any questions about anything that you've seen, you can always go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com to check out and see what it was, read more about it. That is where all of our stories are posted. And also, you can sign up for our daily newsletter. It comes out at 3 o'clock every day. And it has all the stories in it, all of our headlines, and our stories are free. We want it to be accessible to everyone to know what's going on in your community. So sign up for our newsletter, and you can get it at no cost and then get and know what is going on in your community. Visit our calendar, which is under lifestyle. And it is so robust. There's so much stuff there. And you can you can put your own stories or events in there if you would like at no cost. You can also pay a little to promote it. You can also make a donation, as we say.
Please.
Right. So yes, our content's free, but not everything is free. We would love to have donations as we are a part nonprofit. And that is one way that we make this happen is we do take donations, and thank you for supporting us. And you can send your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We can't be everywhere. We try. But we are working with the community because we do this product together. So if you're somewhere and you don't see one of us there, take some pictures and even video. You can send that to us so that we can cover more than what we get to each day. So, it's a great way for us all to do this news thing together.
And not only if you see something and we're not there, but if there's an idea you have of something that we may not have even thought of yet, give us a suggestion. We'll follow up on it.
Right. Send to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. All right. So let's get started. As we did last week, we talked about the loss of Joanne Bland, our civil rights hero. And so the announcement was made this week about her services. Tell us about that.
Well, today there will be visitation through 8 o'clock p.m. It started this morning at 8. It'll go to 8 this evening. It is at Aubrey Larkin Lewis Brothers Funeral Home in Selma on Mentor Avenue. There's going to be a celebration of life March 4th at the Convention Center. That's 211 Washington Street. That'll be from 2 to 4. And then they're going to do a crossing of the bridge from 4 to 5. So,
and that's on what day?
Yes, that's coming up Wednesday. I'm sorry, did I not say that? I'm sorry. March 4th. Yeah. There's going to be a reception at 4 p.m. at Foot Soldier Park on Water Avenue. It'll be open for the reception that same day. So that's all coming up. And of course, you just sent me a big thing coming up at the Foot Soldiers Park for her. To open up the Foot Soldiers Park, and she's the one who got that started. That was her baby, that was her thing. So we'll definitely be there to honor her, a good friend, as well as an icon and icon of history.
Joanne's passionate about sharing and educating others on the role that Selma played in the civil rights movement. Which we will be honoring next week with the Jubilee. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the newscast.
Yeah, we love Joanne. God bless her.
So let's talk about the Juvenile Detention Center in Dallas County.
I got a chance to get a tour. And actually, my son Drew and I went there. I told him if he wasn't behaving, I was going to leave him. But I got to sit down with... that right there is Veronica Evans. She's a program director. She gave us a really nice tour of the whole facility. That's the female side. We also went to the male side. But also during this interview, we got to sit down with the director, Marcus Hanna, assistant director, Kimberly Bonner, Ms. Evans, and the liaison Cedric Weary, and they explained to us the difference in the Perry Varner Educational and Rehabilitation Center and juvenile detention. That's two facilities in one here in Dallas County, and they have two very different purposes and programs. And in the interview and in the story, all of that is laid out. It's at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and you can hear some of the things that they do. They're doing some wonderful things for these kids. Their recidivism rate is very low. Very few of these kids end up back in the system. And of course, there's always a few. They talk about that. They talk about, and literally some of the things they're doing to help rehabilitate these kids. So go watch that. Go look at I will say the interview's a little long. It's about 30 minutes, but it's really interesting. It's fascinating, and it's good to know what's going on with our kids that need help.
Well,
BlackBeltNewsNetwork.com.
They have seen an increase in gun-related.
Yeah, they talk about that. Yeah, the differences from when they were growing, and you're going to be interested to find out that 2 of those 4 people I talked to are products of that very facility. 2 of the people in that video actually were in Perry Varner, and now they're actually working on the staff. Who are those 2 people? Well, you got to watch the video to find out.
It's actually at our YouTube channel for Black Belt News Network, and it's also under multimedia at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and in the Dallas County button. So go check out this video. Get a look at what's going on with our youth.
Right.
All right. Selma has been talking a lot about ways to tackle blight that has become such an issue. And one, we have this picture of this person is being sought for illegal dumping. And it kind of was like a straw that broke the camel's back, getting this on video. So if you know this person, call Selma Police Department, please. And I'm listing this one because Selma City Council has just at their last meeting talked about getting on top of litter and dilapidated houses. What can we do to get a hold of this? So let's switch over to, that's a good, here's some video that we did recently of a neighborhood that's Ward 7 that's got a lot of issues with blight. So
right.
The code enforcement officer has proposed some changes. First, one change that the city council is looking to do is changing the garbage ordinance. They're taking bids for a new garbage service. Another thing that they are doing is adding so they're going to increase enforcement. They're going to add 8 trash dumpsters at different areas throughout the city to give a place for them to take their goods if they think they need someplace and they're not waiting in the can like for the truck. So there was a suggestion, that for where these dumpsters will go, and we'll give you a list when that's determined, and it will be free to dispose there. They think that should change over this illegal dumping and make it a legal place to go. Public Works Committee actually talked about that and is sending it to the full city council for some decisions. So we will keep you posted on what gets decided. There's definitely issues with garbage in our area. So this is a good way to talk about ways to tackle blight.
We'll get with John Creel again here real soon and talk about that in the county as well as in the city.
That's right. The county sees a lot of dumping.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that going on, and he's got a lot of it cleaned up in the county. One of the things to remember, too, is even folks in Selma can use the dump station like over on 41. That dump station is free to anybody in Dallas County. I understand transportation could be a problem with some folks, but if it's not, that's an option. There's also one in Orville.
All right, let's switch over to Demopolis. I had a really good time sitting down with a nurse practitioner and her granddaughter. And what's fun about this is the granddaughter is one of the first students that's joining the Alabama School of Healthcare Sciences, which is being built in Demopolis. Now, this is me standing on my pilot, to get over that blue tarp so that you can see what it looks like right now. It's still got a ways to go. They're hoping to open the new school in 2027, but they are enrolling students now. And that's how I got a chance to sit down with one of the first students that was selected. And that's Blair Carmichael McAdams. And Blair is, let's get over to Blair. I don't know why I've got so many videos. There she is. She is an 8th grader, so she'll be 9th grade in the fall. And she is a Demopolis middle school student. So she's the only Demopolis kid at the moment that is signed up to go to the school that is a statewide residential school. And next to her is her grandmother, Lindy, who is a nurse practitioner at Whitfield Regional Medical Center. She works in wound care now, but she's worked in many different things, clinics and such. And we talked a lot about, bringing students into the Black Belt by learning about care in the Black Belt community so that they may want to stay in a rural community. And it's a way for them to grow the rosters of healthcare workers in rural areas. But also just Blair talks about following in her grandmother's footsteps, that she at one point wanted to be a hairdresser, but her mom said, let's go get a degree first. And so she looked around a little and watched her grandmother coming home every day with these great stories of healing and helping people, and said, I want to do that. So that is a great story. I have a full story at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It's been on social media for a little while and doing very well. So go check that out. I have some really great statistics too about the school. They have kids from like 36 cities. The goal is to have 85 total students. They're doing 9th and 10th grade the first year. Mm-hmm. And that's it. 10th will be the oldest that they recruit, because they want you to grow into the school as they get older. So they're doing 60 freshmen, 20 10th grade, and we'll be staying at UWA's campus, so West Alabama's campus, for the first year. And they had to be limited because of space there at the dorm and the dining hall, which we talk about Blair, living off campus or on a campus and not at home, which is a neat residential experience. And it's similar to the schools of fine art and the math and science school in Mobile. So it's one of those state run, and it's free. It's a free school because it's a open public school, but you have to get in. And then we talked about how easy or hard it is to put in the application. You can do it online, and it's not hard.
It's really easy, yeah.
And then you do have to get teacher recommendations, and you have to do an interview or 2 interviews with their selectors. And that's how it came to be. So really neat interview. Go check it out at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Good for her. Good for her.
And we also talked about, you and I have talked a lot about the Selma Bridge Crossing Jubilee that's coming up. But it's not just in Selma. What other activities are there?
Well, every year I get an opportunity to hook up with Dr. Ozell Hubert from Lowndes County and his buddy Burgess Bailey, who comes down from West Virginia every year. And they start in Marion, and they'll do that this Saturday. And they're doing it because they can't cross the bridge during the Bridge Crossing Jubilee with this motorhome and the cars. They will gather a cavalcade, a motorcade, Saturday in Marion at 8. In the town square in front of where Jimmy Lee Jackson was shot. And then they will come to Selma from Marion, go across the bridge, and then go to the Interpretive Center in Lowndes County, where they will set up this motorhome with all the different foot soldiers. This is from last year, and that's Ora May. Where did she go? That's Burgess right there in the blue, talking about his setup and the soldiers that he was honoring, as well as the foot soldiers. He actually does military and foot soldiers. But they do this every year. This year they're doing it the Saturday before so that they can actually drive across the bridge.
So So it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. And if you're interested, they usually have a few classic cars. They'll line up in the morning at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at the courthouse in Marion, and it's a fun thing to go with all these folks. And they're going to have a different. This year they added to the presentation at the center in Lowndes County. They're going to have a couple other little programs to talk about the history and the 1965 Voter Rights Act. And of course, the center is right there where one of the campsites was. So they'll talk about the trip and the campsites. It's going to be a really interesting, fun day. And it's a week before. Just remember, it's tomorrow. It's a week before the bridge crossing in Selma, if you want to be a part of this as well.
Right. And we've got a lot coming in to us about different events for the actual bridge crossing in Selma. So the one. So there's going to be Saturday is always a day of the foot soldiers breakfast and a parade, and leading up to Sunday, which is the big bridge crossing event. And so we have one about the music that will be there, because they're going to have musicians throughout the week. And different times where they are going to be. Selma High School's auditorium, for instance. So all-day festivals on the 7th and the 8th in March. On March, it's on Water Avenue. I think it's at Riverfront Park. So tons of things going on during Jubilee. So just note that you can't get over the bridge during pretty much March 7th and 8th. Just go and take the bypass.
Take the bypass, because downtown's going to be cordoned off.
It's going to be busy.
Be busy.
All right. And just keep checking blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And under Dallas County, you can find out more about what the events are going to be next week. I haven't looked at the weather. I hope it's good. Last year, we had a storm right before it.
I can do that right now while we're talking.
Right. Yeah, you look at that. Well, I'm going to tell you guys about the Jackson Hospital getting in Montgomery, which is a really important hospital for us here in the Black Belt, because it's another option for healthcare when we have had so many of our rural hospitals closing. They have been given a $40 million shot in the arm, they say, which is from Governor Ivey. And what it does is it is from state and capital expenses. It's for that. And it is for future funds. And it can only be used after the hospital gets out of bankruptcy. So there's a few little strings, so they've got to get through that, but at least they can bank on this. It has been a struggle for them to find the funding because they're saying there's some mismanagement of funds, but it is a very important healthcare element for us here in the Black Belt. And the announcement came this week after an Amendment 666 bond commission meeting. And it's been months that this has been talked about. What can they do? So, and to keep the doors open. So you can check out our story at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com for more information on how they plan to use that funds. And it's a relief in many ways.
Yeah. All right, tomorrow, sunny and 70. If you want to join the folks from Marion to Lowndes County, which Mary's where they originally started. Next Saturday, we do have about a 40% chance of rain Saturday, 50% Friday, but both days are going to be in the low 80s with mixed rain, clouds and sun, and maybe some showers here and there. So it's actually going to be a pretty day. Yeah, a little bit of rain ain't going to be that big a deal.
Yes, okay. All right.
Not real bad thunderstorms like what was it, year before that?
It's March.
Not like that, no. Yeah.
It's March. We never know.
Isn't that the truth? Welcome to Alabama.
All right. I'm loving this. Mobile Market has opened. This is the Live Health Smart Alabama project. We've been following them for a while. So on Thursday, they held a grand opening of their mobile market. Now, there are other mobile markets in Birmingham, but this one is the one for Selma. And I believe it's going to go to Demopolis too. This is the line. We were at City Blocks for this, and that is Mark Peterson with Zisket. He's overseeing all of the purchase of the items. And a lot of these items came from local farmers. And even Zisket does a lot of the work for the farmers. All they have to do is just deliver it. And they're located at Selma Mall. So this is a local project that is headed up for this. And UAB is the sponsor for Live Health Smart Alabama. You've seen us do some stories about the East Selma Community Pond. That's one of their projects. Yeah. And Michael Johnson, city councilman for that ward, was here. This is the Selma Housing Authority food truck, which is very popular. There's Danielle right there, Danielle Wooten with the city, getting food. It's very popular food truck, apparently, because I was out there like, that smells good. And this is a yoga class taught by City Block, which is a wellness center. And it's a really neat place if you haven't been there yet. And they offer it to the community. And she's telling them to center themselves and breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. It was really fun. But just the fact that you can get these fruits, vegetables, you can use a voucher. I've got a video I'll put up with Thamar Taylor, who's here in Selma that works for Live Health Smart Alabama, talking about how it took them months to get, probably a year to get this mobile market. And they ordered it and it came in and they had it ready to bring in. They're going to do it once a week at different locations, Thursdays from 12 to 2. So we will, I'm sure we'll have this on our calendar, the one I mentioned, under lifestyle, and we'll put up a story with the list of them as well. We do that for their pop-up wellness clinics and events that they do also around town, usually at churches. So they're very active in the community, knowing and learning what are our needs and how to fill them. So we appreciate them being here. And if you see their ad for the mobile market is on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. If you mention that ad, you'll get $5 voucher for purchasing these items, because they aren't free, but they do give vouchers there, and it's very discounted. So it's 50 cents for a pair. It's really good prices.
Yeah, a bunch of us could benefit from that.
Oh, it's great. And beautiful arrangement too. Very colorful. All right. I like that. Now it's time for the Black Belt Roundup. Roundup. We have a bit of news. We've been covering this unfortunate situation that turned from a missing person to a murder. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's Lazarus Mitchell. He was reported missing February 16th. He was found the next day, not far from his car was found not far from where his body was found in a wooded area of Forkland. That right there as Jaquan Lee, who has been arrested and charged with his murder. Apparently, these two knew each other socially. However, according to District Attorney Rachel England, we don't have a motive. They have arrested Jaquan. He is being held in the Greene County. Greene County jail but no word on the bond right now. A full story is at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. But we're following it because, again, there's no idea on what the motive was. We don't know what the problem that arose. So as we find these things out, of course, we'll have stories up and we'll have them on our newscast when we get them.
On a much happier note.
Please.
Well, I guess happier. This is Amy Carmichael.
Oh, yeah.
And she was honored on Wednesday at the UAB women's basketball game.
Isn't that cool?
Wichita State. And there's a really beautiful video that's on our social media, this video, that talks about her journey with cancer. And she is She has basically cancer she's going to have perhaps the rest of her life, but she's managing it. As you may know and see in here, Clay Carmichael, Selma City Councilman, is her husband. So she brought a big group of friends to the UAB basketball game. And she's had several bouts with cancer and had several friends shave their heads.
Actually,
in her honor.
Clay also has cancer as well. He's fighting it as well. So this is a family thing. And one of the things I'm gonna tell you, that is one of the sweetest ladies in the world right there. When my wife was going through breast cancer, she was in remission and gave to Sarah all her wigs.
Oh, wow.
And said, let's pass it forward, which we did the same thing. But that's where her mind is. It's like, okay, how can I help somebody else? And so that I love seeing her being honored. And Ashley, and Ashley's another wonderful person too. So
yes.
that's just great.
I saw pictures. I hadn't downloaded the pictures from her, the basketball game, but it looks like
I saw the pictures. Yeah.
And it's part of a fundraiser for cancer research. And she was honored. It was Kay Yao, who is a famous women's basketball coach. It's in her honor. And she also had cancer. So they've been raising money in her name with basketball games for years. And this one was UAB's for this year. And it was honoring Amy Carmichael of Selma.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Amy deserves it. No better person.
Okay, so we also have the Wilcox County Tour of Homes is coming up. March 27th, you can hear. This is one of the Fox and Friends weekend co-host, Charlie Hurt. And he's going to be the keynote speaker for the Tour of Homes. And it's going to be in a reception on the 27th. He's going to do an address about the founding fathers. And then a Q&A session will follow that. And this is in honor and celebration of the nation's 250th anniversary. So check out more details about that and tickets, because actually it's throughout that weekend, similar to Selma's Tour of Homes. That's
which is coming up, by the way.
Yeah.
The Selma Dallas County is March 20th through 21st. We'll get more on that too, because that's another big one. They got a lot of cool stuff on it this year.
Yeah, I always like to remind you guys too to take our survey.
Yeah.
So we have gotten some really awesome responses that has given us a real look at what we might want to do for our coverage. That's kind of why I'm doing it, is let's see what are the top things that you guys are looking for. And crime has been a huge item on there. When I ask, I'm going to try to share my screen so that you can see the, it's an easy form. It only takes 5 minutes to fill out. It's 15 questions at the most. Do you subscribe? When something happens in the community, where do you find out about it? What are the things that interest you the most? Is it government, education? Right. I've been surprised by how many people say things to do, events and activities, crime and public safety issues. And then we do ask you where you live. I want to know which county you're in so that we can, so that we can kind of get an idea of where most of our answers have come from. Dallas County right now, and Marengo is second for sure. But just go fill us out. There is an ad on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and we also sent another email out today asking for more responses. The more the better, because we're trying to make sure we're listening to you guys. This is our way of listening to our readers.
Yes.
Yeah, we love knowing what you guys are looking for, what you want from us in our reader survey. It's so easy. Just take the survey. Oh yeah, I have a QR code for you too. Yes, this QR code will get you to our survey. Yep, take it now. We're going to close this survey next week. So let's try to get as many answers as we can. It costs nothing, of course. And let us know what you think. All right.
Cool.
We also have our best of the black belt is open right now.
Yeah, that's right. Best
Yeah.
of the best of, yeah.
We got 628 votes to our first open, the nomination.
Yeah.
And now it's in the final rounds. And I've had several people really interested in. I had one that was like, I hope my favorite Mexican restaurant in Demopolis makes it. Yeah. So
I wish you hadn't said Mexican.
yeah, I know. It makes you in the mood for Mexican.
I'll tell you that.
Ho has made it in there. I know
Yeah.
they're very popular. Valley Grande Mexican's doing very well.
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely go see, it's your favorite realtors and car dealers. It's everything. So go check that out and do your vote. It's free and it's fun. And let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, it's a way for you to connect with us and us to connect with you.
All right. Oof, that was a lot of stuff.
It's a big one, yeah.
Yeah. So
we always do that though. Before we're saying we're gonna have enough stuff, we're gonna have enough stuff, and then at the end we always go, "Ooh, that's a lot of stuff." You know what?
Very busy.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff
going on.
A lot of things for you guys. We have more to come. So check us out. We will see you guys next Friday. It'll be right up in there for the Jubilee.
Yeah.
So we will see you next Friday for our next edition of the Black Belt Newscast.
Have a great week.
See you then.